Hello Gaudi class and welcome to your next maths lesson. We're going to start like we do every lesson with our arithmetic. So you can either do challenge 1 or challenge 2 or both. Remember if you're doing challenge 2 that you can ignore the pounds or the pence sign and just look at the numbers, but then remember to put your pounds or your pence sign back into the answer. So pause the video until you've done that and then we'll go through them together. Let's start with challenge 1. So 5 add 2. So I've got 5 fingers on my one hand and I'm going to add 2 more. So I've got 5, 6, 7. My next question, I've got 9 and I'm going to add 0. I'm not going to add any more to my 9. I've already got my 9. So it's not going to change. So when you add 0 to anything, the answer doesn't change because you're not adding any more. So the answer is going to stay as 9. Next question is 5, take away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have got 1 left. For my extension, I have to find ways of making 15. So I'm going to start like I did last time with the number that we've got to start with, 15. And if I've already got 15, then I haven't got any more that I need to add. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take 1 from that 15, so I've got 14, and I'm going to move it across to the other side. So I've got 14 add 1, which equals 15. And I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to take away 1 from this side, and I'm going to add it to this number here. So these numbers here are getting smaller, 15, 14, 13. My next one would be 12 of them. And these ones are getting bigger, 0, 1, 2, and the next one would be 3. And you go all the way until that one becomes a 0 and that one becomes a 15. So there are 16 different answers you could have had for that question. Let's have a look at the ones on the other side. Let's just shift. I've got my 10s and my 1s if I need them. Right. 18p add 10p. Now again, like I said, I'm going to ignore the pence sign and I'm just going to use the numbers. So 18 add 10. And we looked at how you can just keep counting in tens no matter where you start from. We don't need to add on our fingers or in a column. We just know that when we add 10, the tens number gets 1 bigger and the ones number stays the same. So if we were going to start on 8 and add 10, it would be 8, 18, 28, 38, 48, 58, 68, 78. It would keep going up. So starting on 18 and adding 10, 18, 28. If you needed to do that on your fingers or in the tens and ones column, then that's fine, but you shouldn't need to for mental maths. 28 add 27. Now this one I am going to do on my tens and ones column. 28 add 27. So I'm going to start with my 8. So I'm going to draw an extra line there. So 8 add 7 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm going to write my 15 just underneath the line here. 15. So my 1 is going to be carried. I'm going to put it here so I remember to add it. And my 5 is going to go in this square here, this space here. And then I'm going to add what I've got here. So 1 and 2 and 2, 2, 4, and 1 is 5. So the answer is 55. 55 pounds. 40p take away 10p. And again, I'm going to ignore my pence. I'm just going to do 40 take away 10. And that's a nice one because that's all in my tens. So I know if I count in tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. If I've got 40 and I take away 1 lot of 10, I've got 3 lots of 10 left. That's 30. And I'm going to put my p sign back at the end of it. And my extension, £5 times 8. So again, I'm going to ignore my pound sign until I've got the answer. I'm not very good at my 8 times table. So because multiplication is commutative, I can change those numbers round and I can do 8 times 5. And I know my 5 times table, so I need 8 fingers, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So counting in 5s, not 8s. If you can count in 8s, that's fantastic. But I find counting in 5s a lot easier. Well done. Let's move on to today's work. So today we're going to look at using our crocodile to compare amounts of money. So I want you to just have a think for a second. Which box do you think has got more money in it? Can you tell just from the size of the box? So I think most of us would say Alex does because he's got a bigger money box. But actually, if you look at what's inside the box, you can see that Alex has got a lot more money, but he doesn't have as much in value as this girl does. And I don't know her name, is it Kim? He's got a lot of coins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coins. She's only got 1. So he's got more coins than her, but he hasn't got as much money because his value is much less. So she's got £2, he's got £1, and then he's got 10, 15, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25p. So he's only got £1.25 and she's got £2. So she has got more than him. She must be Alex then, because it says Alex has more. So I've got that wrong. I apologize. Alex doesn't have more. That's wrong. I'm a bit confused by that. Alex doesn't. Oh, maybe it's the wrong way around. Alex has more. Oh, no, he doesn't. Maybe it's that way around and I've just read it wrong. I apologise. Next one then. Can we put in the correct sign? So what I need you to do is I need you to pause the video. I need you to count how much money there is on this side and write it underneath. Count how much money there is on this side and write it underneath, and then work out which one's bigger. So let me do the first one with you, and then I'll leave you to do the next two, and you can then pause, play the video when you're ready. So on this side, I've got £1 and 10p. My £1 isn't very good today. £1 and 10p. And on this side, I've got £1, and I've got 10, 11, 12p. So I've got £1 on both sides. On this side, I have 10p, and on that side, I have 12p. So I have more on that side. So that side's going to get my 2 dots. That side's only going to get my 1 dot because it's less, and I'm going to join that up. So now I'd like you to pause the video and see if you can work out the answer to the next two. So on this side, we have £5 and £5, so we have £10. And on this side, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these two are actually equal. On this side, we have £6 and 43 pence. And on this side, we have £4 and 63 pence. We don't actually need to worry about our pence. We can just look at our pounds. We've got £6 here and £4 here. So we know that 6 is bigger than 4. So it doesn't matter how many pence we've got because the pounds are bigger. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to compare the amounts in the jars. And then we're going to see if we can do a sign. One thing we do need to just remember is that £1 is the same as 100p. Okay, so you would have to have 100 1p coins to be the same as £1. Okay, so we might need to have a look. If things are less than £1 and more than a pound is always going to be bigger. So let's have a look at what we've got in this jar. We've got 50, I'm just going to put a little mark on it so I know I've counted it. 50, 60, 75. So in this one here, we have 75 pence. And in this one here, we have £1. So pound is bigger than just pence on its own. We're going to put our sign that way around. I'm going to try this one. Pause the video, have a go at it, and then come back and we'll do it together. So again, in this one, I've just got £1. In this one, I have got 50, 60, 70, 80, 82, 84p. So I haven't got as much as £1. I haven't got 100 here. So this one is going to be smaller. Let's do the same with the next one. pause the video and count how much there is in each jar, and then put in your crocodile. And then come back. Let's start with this one. I've got 10, 20, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38p. And in this one, I have got 50, 60, 70, 80, 82, 83p. So which one does the crocodile want to eat, 38p or 83p? He wants to eat 83p. He's greedy. He's got a big, wide open mouth. That's the bigger number. Next one. I don't know if I can squash my numbers in those boxes. So pause the video, count what's in each jar, stick in your crocodile, and then come back to me. So in this one, we've got £2, £3, and then we've got 50, 60, 70, 80 pence. And in this one, we've got £1. And actually, I don't need to count the pence because I can already see if this one's got £3 and this one's got £1, I must have more in there. But I'm going to count it because it's good practice. 10, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. So I can see just by looking at my pounds that I've got £3 in this one and £1 in this one. So this one is going to be bigger than this one. So your turn is to do exactly the same thing. You're going to look at the jars. You're going to write, like we did underneath. You don't need to draw the jars and draw the money. Don't worry about that. Just write the amounts underneath and put in your crocodile sign. So there are 10 questions. The first 3 are slightly easier. Then the second 3, number 4, 5 and 6, are a little bit harder. And the last 3 are a little bit harder still. You don't have to do them all. If you find the first 3 are quite hard, then stop there. If you can do the first 3 and then you find question 4, 5 and 6 quite hard, then stop at the end of question 6. And if you find those ones are okay too, then go on to finish the rest of them. But please, please, please don't struggle with questions you can't do. Stop when it gets too hard for you. I know a lot of you have got grown-ups to help you, and that's fantastic. But see what you can do without a grown-up's help before they help you. Okay, so here is question 1. So you're going to need to pause the video, answer the question, and then carry on playing the video. So I'm just going to go through the slides, and you need to pause it and then carry on. So question 1. Question 2. Question 3. Remember to pause the video so you can answer the questions. You're writing the amount in the box and putting in the crocodile or the equal sign. Question 4, getting a bit harder now. Remember that if you've got pounds and pence, you only need to look at the pounds. Unless the pounds are the same, then you need to look at the pence. Question 5. Question 6. And again, if you're starting to struggle, stop here and just send us the answers to the ones you've done so far. If you want to challenge yourself further, then keep going. Question 7. Question 8. Question 9. I think we need bigger jars. And then your final challenge, question 10. I look forward to seeing your work on Tapestry Gaudi Club.